folks, today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our CSA. A little background on that is we started last year. We really had a pretty good turnout, surprisingly, as far as the fact that we didn't start until pretty late. I didn't start advertising shares until March and April, and we ended up with a pretty good turnout. We had about 50 members, and so far everybody seems to have loved it. I just wanted to cover some frequently asked questions today, some questions I get all the time via Facebook or Instagram or emails or anything like that. Just kind of wanted to touch on that and give everybody one place to go and maybe get their question answered. I'm hoping to gather a few more and extend this video a little bit and maybe have to come out with number 2 or number 3 just so we can get them all covered. But my main goal here is to just try to take away a little bit of the unsuredness of signing up for the CSA. I really think it's a great program. People really tend to like it. Yeah, it's a lot of vegetables, but it might take you out of your comfort zone a little bit, get you to eat a little bit more vegetables, and potentially just start to live a little bit better, healthier lifestyle. My wife and I started taking about the amount of vegetables and stuff that come in a regular CSA share last year, and together, the both of us, we both lost over 25 pounds. So it really works. You just got to increase the amount of vegetables you eat and kind of just watch the amount of proteins and carbs that you take in. Protein is really good, but if you take in too much, it's not going to help you lose weight at all, that's for sure. It'll help you bulk up if you're looking to, hit the gym a little bit harder and bulk up a little bit. That's great. But vegetable intake is where most people lack. And a lot of people don't know that you're supposed to eat between 5 and 6 servings of vegetables a day. And a serving of vegetables is 1 cup. I know it seems like a lot. It seemed like a lot to me too. And to be honest with you, when we started doing this and doing the research on it, I was surprised at how much I had to eat every day. It's almost sometimes hard to eat that much. You sit down and you're looking at your plate of 2 proteins and 2 cups of vegetables, maybe 3 depending on how your day went. It's kind of intimidating looking at a plate that big. But if you can put in the right amount of vegetables to offset the amount of proteins and carbs that you're taking in and the sugars and the oils and everything, you can really start to see a change in your diet. And that's where a lot of people lack, is not getting enough fresh fruits and vegetables. Fruits is a big one too. Myself, for my weight, I myself, when we started doing this, I was over 300 pounds, and I am now down to 270. So I'm pretty happy with it. I feel a lot better. I'm getting around a lot easier, and I'm able to do my work a lot faster and a lot more efficient. But I need to eat 6 servings of vegetables a day. That's 6 cups of vegetables, and I need to eat 4 cups of fruit a day. That could get hard. Just getting that many fruits and vegetables in is not an easy task, let me tell you. But it really works. It really, really works. And most people are lacking in their fruits and vegetables. So one of my first questions is the cost. Everything always comes down to what's the cost. I understand it's hard. A CSA is built in such a way that the customer, that be you, pays up front. And most CSAs, our CSA is set up that way. Our customers pay up front, and they get however many weeks they chose that they wanted to get their share for. They get that many weeks worth of vegetables. And it's a simple box system. We pack up the vegetables, and you can either come to the farm or to one of our drop locations, and you pick it up there. And so most of your grocery shopping is done for you. You pay it up front. You don't have to pay every week. You can come on your own time. Hopefully it's on your way home. Our drop location is at Luna Coffee in De Pere, so that could be a little benefit to you if you like coffee, if you want to get some good quality, some organic coffees that they have there. That'd be a great place to have your share dropped off at. You can pick it up there on your way home, stop and get a coffee. Life gets better, So what is the cost of the CSA? This year, 24 weeks, full share is $700. Now, $700 gets you a full share per week of the farm. So that means you're getting a box full of vegetables that should essentially feed 2 adults and maybe 2 kids, depending on how many vegetables that family eats. I have had young couples that are big into juicing, or they cook at home a lot, and they're able to run through a full share plus some. They come every week and they buy extra when they get here. and they're going through it all and they're wanting more. Some people, they got halfway through a full share during the year and started telling us how much they couldn't get through and that they felt bad they were throwing some away and they were having to give some to their neighbors or their family or something. That does happen. You might have to split a full share with somebody. If it turns out to be too much for you and it doesn't work out, call your mother or your neighbor or something, you know, a good friend, and see if maybe they want to split it with you. They can pay for half of it, or you guys can figure out how you want to split that cost up. But if they can take half the produce per week, it really could. You know, now you're not only helping yourself, but you're helping a friend or a neighbor. You could do the full share or the half share. Sorry, you could do the half share program. That is $400 for a half share. Still 24 weeks. It's a full season. That's 24 weeks of vegetables from our farm, the freshest, the best vegetables that you're going to get around town for 24 weeks out of the year, and it's only a half share. So now you don't have to worry about splitting it. Now that's definitely something that a young couple or an older couple with no kids could get through in a week, no problem. It does come down to how much time you spend cooking at home. Or we also offer a 16 and 8-week share, and those costs vary a little bit depending on which share you get. All that information can be found on our website. That's www.ledgeviewgardens.com. You can go there, check it out. There's a buy page, there's a shop page. It's got everything listed. You can check that out and pick what you want. There's an egg share, beautiful eggs. Your egg share needs to coincide with the share or the week share that you bought. So if you bought a 24-week share, you should buy a 24-week egg share. I request that you buy a 24-week egg share just because paperwork-wise for myself and the farm, the rest of the farmers here, it makes things so much easier. I don't have to try to figure out, you know, who's not getting eggs for all 24 weeks, but they're getting vegetables for 24 weeks or vice versa. So if you want an egg share, which I totally recommend, you're not going to find a better egg anywhere else. I mean, there's some farms in the area that are doing eggs the same way we are, free range, organic, they're pasture-raised chickens. Yeah, they're going to have great eggs. These are great eggs as well. What I'm saying is you're not going to go to the grocery store and get anything near the quality of eggs that you could get from a local farm. So I would certainly suggest trying an egg share. That's 1 dozen eggs a week for 24 weeks. Most people can go through a dozen eggs a week. And if not, in our newsletter that we put in the box every week, we will have some recipes to use some of the different things. If we feel like you've been getting eggs for a while, we'll throw in the recipe. One of my favorites is our egg bake that we do. It's a simple little Mexican style breakfast egg bake. It's fantastic. We use almost a dozen eggs for it. So it's a good way to use up the eggs if you're starting to get a built up supply of them and you don't know what to do with them. Also, it's a good way to use up some of the excess vegetables that have been building up. You know, you can cut them up real thin, throw them in there, change it up. You know, if just because a recipe says you got to have this, this, and this, change it up. Try something new. You're not going to hurt yourself doing it, and nothing's going to go wrong. One of my next questions is, what if I can't eat it all? So, like I said before, we put in a newsletter, and in the newsletter, we're going to put in some canning or preserving tips, how to put away or freeze the vegetables that you're getting in your share that you can't get through. And we're going to have some recipes. So these recipes will just be a little bit more centered around some of the vegetables that you're getting in that week and some of the vegetables that you got in previous. So we do a lot of garlic, and garlic is kind of one of those things, as soon as garlic comes in, you're going to get garlic almost every week. But garlic is one of those herbs that, or seasonings even, that you can put in your pantry and just let it sit. It's going to last forever. We have people tell us that they use their garlic from the year before a year after. So the week before they come get new garlic, they just use the last stuff from the year before. So it's a long, long shelf life as long as you keep it right. And we'll go over that. We'll tell you exactly how to keep all this stuff and make sure that you can get the most out of your CSA share. We don't want anybody to be disappointed. We don't want anybody to feel like they're just not getting the value out of it, because we strive to make sure that we put in the freshest, the best, the most desirable products every week. Make sure that you're happy with it. It's easy to use, easy to keep coming back and wanting to try more stuff. We're not going to fill your bag or your box with turnips and beets and radishes and kohlrabi and things that people have a hard time using. It pulls people out of their comfort zone just a little too far for them to feel good about trying something new or being confident with trying to put that in something, because you don't really know how it tastes when it's cooked. Everything's a little different when it gets cooked. So trying to throw something like that into a dish that you already like, you're afraid to screw up the dish. I get it. So we don't ever pack the bags full of these undesirable products or things that anybody can grow or people just kind of want to get rid of. You're always going to have the most high quality product, and asparagus is another big thing for us. So early in the season, you're going to have tomatoes, lettuce, cucumbers, asparagus, cherry tomatoes. As soon as we can get some stuff going in the hoop house, we've had some stuff going this fall. There might even be carrots the first few weeks. So it's certainly worth looking into, and especially on that front, if you have any other questions, please feel free to contact us. There's a contact page on our website. I listed that earlier. Back to the questions. What if I don't have time to pick up? Well, if you're working late, you're going to miss the pickup times, or you just don't have time to get there. Maybe your son or daughter has hockey, soccer, whatever it might be, whatever your after-school activities are. We understand that, and we will hold your share for one more day. I just ask that people let me know when they're not going to make it. It really makes my job easier, because if your box is the last one sitting there and I think you're still coming, I'm going to wait there until the end of the day. I'm going to wait there until longer than I said I was going to be, and I'm putting off time that I could be spending with my family. So I would ask just for a little advance notice, even if it's that day. I don't care. Just shoot me an email or give me a call. Let me know you're not coming. It's really easy to work around. If I don't hear from you and it goes out 2 days, I'm going to donate it either to an employee or to a family member or something. It's going to go to somebody. The product is going to get used, and it won't be available anymore after that. And a lot of that comes from the fact that our pickup day is Thursday. So if you can't get there Thursday, you got to get there Friday. And because we're busy on Saturday doing farmers markets, I can't have somebody here waiting for you, or I can't wait around for you to pick up. Or if you're going on vacation, send a neighbor, send a friend. Give them that week to try it out. Maybe you'll help pull another customer towards us. We would really appreciate that. So there's ways to get around it. It's very easy to do. Give us a call. Let us know. We can help you work it out. Whatever needs to be done, we're going to try to make sure that you're getting the best experience out of your CSA that you can. Next question is, what if I don't want blank in my share? Well, the biggest complaint that we had about ours is there was a few too many tomatoes this year. And I heard that from a number of different people, and tomatoes are kind of one of those things that people either really like them or they really don't like them. So if you're one of those people that don't like tomatoes, that's something that you're going to have to expect. That's our main product. That's our main crop. It's going to be every week that you're going to get tomatoes. But there's ways around that too. Unfortunately, I can't allow people to tell me I don't want tomatoes anymore, because I need to have everything be set the same way where I can put the same box together every time. If I have to keep changing, now I got to start labeling boxes, and it's a whole snowball effect. I won't get into that, but it's unfortunate, but I can't allow people to tell me I want this or I don't want that. Our boxes are set up, or our shares are set up, that the farmer, that's us, puts the box together and you come and pick it up. Like I said before, within the newsletter, there's going to be tips to use it all, or store it all, or recipes to make sure you can cook it all up. So don't be too afraid. If you're one of those people that doesn't like tomatoes, your neighbor does. I'll guarantee it. Somebody around you likes tomatoes or love. If there's any other questions, I want people to make sure they feel free to get a hold of me. I'll put my email and the website in the show notes for this, and you can take a look at that. Maybe check out the website. Check out what other shares are available, or look around and even look for other farms. If we're not in your area, look around. There's got to be some CSA farms around. I know of a few. They're organic, and maybe they would be just as good. Hopefully they are, and hopefully you can find one in your area that works for you. But I wanted to thank all of our previous members for joining us last year and kind of being our guinea pigs. We really appreciate it. We're really loving the CSA model, and we're hoping to stretch this out for a number more years and grow it up a little bit. We also want to have a party at the end of the year for all of our CSA members and get people out there. We make some killer booyah. So we'll probably have a booyah cook and show people around the farm, and we'll have some activities and games, and maybe we'll do a little learning, excuse me, do a little learning session on some stuff, or maybe a little cooking session, and try to teach people a little bit more of how to use these products. I feel like we put out a really good product, and we try to make sure that everybody's extremely happy with their share, and we hope you will too, and we hope you'll think about joining with us this year. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.